Hello and a very good evening. Welcome to MAMI TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Chief Minister in Bahrain has informed the House that steps have been taken to launch 2 apps to effectively implement inner line permit system in the state and to trace and track ILP holders to check the validity of their inner line permits issued for entry into the state. The Chief Minister was responding to a query raised by Congress MLA Surjakumar Okram during the question hour of the ongoing Assembly session today. Replying to the query on the number of inner line permits issued from January 2020 till June 2022 and the number of renewals, Chief Minister Bahrain said works for effective implementation of ILP system need to be carried out systematically as the implementation of the system is still very recent and as of now the renewal cannot be done very effectively. However, the government is making all out of efforts to step up the process and for that steps have been taken to launch 2 apps, he said. Meanwhile, 5 police officers led by DIG Intelligence have been working in monitoring cell opened on First Manipur Rifles campus since August 29, 2021, the Chief Minister said.
Effectively app ani khan launch to budori app ani si app amana mapan gi lakpa matamda airport ta natraga xyz ta permit lona da app to dagi torga dum permit loba ma number 2 da app am khak tawna ga dursina hosiki each and every live labor oiger mapan gi lakpa missing si ilp gi posi darkar leba missing sina hek lakpa ga moisi compulsory hosiki app si download to gudo compulsory live mission the app out download or kind of Muisi Matam Hento Matarga command center Malayana the signal lakadaba. Time to time a policing at or kanda Numitra Wanigisang give a Kunigisang give a pass my Amaduni police the kind main markets in Yam to in a check towers. My passport, valid wherever with the bra. Tango my arms your me. Two but the harmony is Manuda, I'm the complete web, comprehensive web mechanism for Putoni and the house of my country. Manipur public yam concern with tang pangba Manipur Prajana Pamba Hector 29 August 2021 DIG intelligence na lit Torkanda officer manga maga 24/7 Sigi monitoring cell Pasema operator Lapakan the pass mobile number Yabunina Adugi Puram mobile the Numitrawani Sanga Panipa Doctor Trawani Helgadi mobile Kaura sector Dugi Delhi monitoring Tori.
Agriculture Minister TONGBRAM has stated that steps have been taken up to provide adequate fertilizers to farmers within August. A software to identify real farmers to ensure fertilizers are being distributed to the rightful farmers is currently being developed and the software will be functional by next year, he said. He was responding to query raised by MLA Surjakumar Okram in the House today. The SB further said the government is taking steps to provide adequate fertilizers for Kharif season within August. Effort is also being made to import remaining quota of fertilizers of the state soon. The transportation of the fertilizers to Jiribam railway station is being hindered as railway tracks have been submerged underwater, he said. Informing that a software to identify farmers is being developed to distribute fertilizers to the rightful ones. He urged the people to ensure that fertilizers in the state are not being sent to hill areas to facilitate poppy plantation in the meantime.
Jina or Chebo Pibiyadaba, Laudidum Wanba. A sheep was Pradhana Dragazilla, Porishaki member or any resident Amanda Maki, Blow Uze, having certificate Pirkana, geotagging Galoinana, Hamersing Zipazana, listing Torkanda, Adhar Kato, sitting Toba. Ado Darkadi, Nupam is in a state lobo Potusanab, the Lobia, geotector, Aduki Software Makwikana, established Orientaki, the Marsaki Sarkar Simba, Maduna, had another season to Ganmarina, the Matanji, the equation, all district with the Mataduga, another member concern, Hagi Poppy cultivation. Handaki honorable Chief Minister Naju Harsi am Likna Yang PC Haidana Tawadi black the Kari the Tinwai the Pang the Bagi powder and Tabi on the Rowan Poppy cultivation Tawji Krai then was I members in the Loemba concern when the Tamjara Masia could see Torkanda, Uriagi Kari Wakarazi Wakari, Nadraga Pamarzi Parmani, when a lookout of the Naba, Wanamina she have him so endorse Organa appeal to the Volona, Ayasaki Hadu, Matamzana Pangana utilizing to our to indicate to Viro, Shimamo Homes the Pama, Siwale, what to give accordingly, a quick pin and Hona Jagana, the Maitam.
While asserting that electricity and water are not free of cost, Chief Minister N. Biren has urged the people to use them prudently. The Chief Minister was speaking at the state-level grand finale event of Ujjwal Bharat Ujjwal Bhavishya Festival held today at City Convention Centre, Imphal, organized by Power Department, Government of Manipur. Chief Minister N. Biren said out of 5,06,000 consumers of electricity in the state, prepaid meters have been installed for 4,10,000 consumers. The government targets to install 2 lakh prepaid meters by December 2022, while in far-flung hill areas where electric power cables have not reached, electricity is being supplied through off-grid system, he said, reminding that the electricity, which has become a necessity in one's day-to-day life, is now provided by the government free of cost. He said that the government is buying 1 unit of electricity at Rs 10 from power companies and giving it to the public at Rs 6 per unit. Pointing out that the state government is spending Rs 300 crore for electricity, he said that the state will not be able to progress if the government cannot raise any revenue, stating that it has become a matter of concern that for how long the state government will be able to spend Rs 300 crore to provide electricity to people of the state. He appealed to the people to use electricity prudently.
Lupa crore sahum yang kaisi sai kuding ine koina praja gi mai ngana na bidang to piris aduna koina mar thai state ki la iba revenue di kainon tau ge hai koi yet tagi tau dun mayam shine revenue la tun state chakot pi aroi kayang koina kana dagi pesa no puru ga mai thanan bi lupa mari makai koina sum uthoga pi free de ka do je kayang pi kani aduna ai praja singa pi tong ing se na sigi usap se mai le na mai darkar nahi to than biu even electricity department please do careful pung manga ta ji ga street lamp roi mai thal bani office ta mai and sal mai mu sal mo ac and mu thal mo e koi habit ma ka ngasai na igi bang loge ina hari do aina tumam dai da igi ka do dai na mai mu thal me or ai parun sanga mai kitang na na ka dai ani mu thal ga amadu na sin sigi habit si mi pung phudung ma le ka da koi power ki se koi reserve to ngam ka ne lai ri sang handar kani mak pasa sa ki sang handar adu sing kadang na ping tong ming.
Taking part in the event, Power Minister TONGBRAM said the government is putting out all efforts to provide electricity in the state all around the clock as the economy of the state depends on electricity. To achieve the goal, the government of India has approved implementation of revamped distribution sector scheme in the state. The electric supply will significantly improve in the state with the implementation of the scheme, he said. Minister Vishwajit further said a power cable for transmission of power of 1000 megawatt has been laid in the state, stating that the laying of the cable will facilitate in getting power supply from eastern grid and other states. He assured that the problem of outage will be resolved in the state.
$400 cable line, 132 cable line, 33 cable line, eligible lines in C, low 1,000 megawatt capacity the chip to ng rare resima fact before money ngasi ekona mai matamama di adu dima por the latre chiki chitarom the latre no waram bodo chiki wane ngai lekre Imphal Mariani ki ringi stringing line je completed hoi gre chip to gre machine ta ko di eastern grid tagi either Delhi wo bi ya na to MP wo bi ya to ba state tagi project internationally mai sila hu ya ni na loy connected wo ni na Manipur da mai mo na bagi machak lai te hai si mai ngasi program ya.
Clash erupted between police and protesters as protests against move to save Sangai Ethnic Heritage Park site from Kaibulamjau intensified. Some protesters and police personnel sustained injuries in the clash as the police personnel resorted to firing tear gas shell when the other protesters took out a torch march from Kaibulsagram to Moirangkunau last night. Hundreds of women folks of Kaibulsagram, Kaibulamjau, Chingmai and Chandapur began to take out the protest demonstration from Kaibulsagram organized by Demand Committee on the construction of Ethnic Heritage Park, Kaibulamjau around 7 last night. Clash erupted between the protesters and the police as a combined team of Moirang Police, Kaibul Police and Police Commando led by SDPO Moirang tried to stop the march in Chandapur, Lairembi Lampak area. As the protesters tried to create a stormy scene to continue the protest demonstration, the police personnel resorted to firing tear gas shell to control the protesters. Some protesters and police personnel sustained minor injuries in the incident. Member of the committee, Salam Bembem, said Chief Minister N. Biren had assured of setting up the Sangai Ethnic Heritage Park at Kaibulamjao time and again on many occasions. However, the government's plan to shift the proposed site of the park is akin to betraying people's trust, she lamented. She further warned of intensifying their hesitations and even launching relay hunger strike if the government does not revoke its decision at the earliest.
Sangai magunji henabai damakta Kaibulamjao da heritage park asi sagani haina thajaba adu thamambada natan atopa manipur ki mafam kaya da sumana thajaba si thamkrabani praja mayam da harawa si leiringai tanja si ikam khangaudana Kaibulamjao na ta atopa mafam mada tawgani haibagi akhoida nungnaba ma di thawai nuai taba si praja ki ponging da pola padiki haw jangsan jarapani akhoina itni heritage park si sarakani haibagi thajaba si thamjabagi mayok ta atopa mafam da sagi base akhoi thachina akhoi praja mo oina thawai yam nuai jate akhoi ji khungdang gi mi amani haina kem da mawalo bidatragadi akhoi sidagi hena akanba sara henba sidai hena siri phawba dahidra hongraba mayam ma tawrakani babung cm bireni haina lebiri ba sina akhoi gi praja mayam gi pukning asibu khangbiyo asuk ngamna akhoi na jangsan jari ba khongsan je ngasi phawba babung bireni wahai ama bau ta ba phangdari kari gi da makta akhoi gi wahai asibu ta praja akhoi ji cm biren ma gi praja natra bro
Meanwhile, Secretary of Naya Club Nongmai Khang and Ghanshyam has urged the government to rename Kaibulamjao National Park as Sangai National Park. A press meet was held in this regard at Ibudhau Pakhangba Hiangtek Lerembi Changlen, attended by members of local clubs of Kangsoibi Mapal, Thanglawai, Sabalaikai, Ithai Wapopi, Karen Pabi and Nongmai Khong yesterday. Speaking on the occasion, Ghanshyam termed it unfortunate that it is shown as though people of Kaibul are only putting the efforts to protect Sangai, which is found in Kaibulamjao National Park. Altogether, 46 clubs in the surrounding villages of the park, including Thanga, Sagram, Kaibul, Chingmai, Chandapur, Morangkhunau, Karenphabi, Thanglawai, Kumbi, Ithai Wapopi, Nongmai Khong, Khodak, Laphupat, Tera, Hiangkhong, Kanuma, Phobakchao and Komlakhong have been taking responsibility and doing everything possible to protect Sangai and wildlife in the areas, he said. People of the villages have been protecting Sangai even before the then government confirmed Kaibulamjao as the natural habitat of Sangai in 1939. Ghanshyam further said often tourists returned dejected as they could not sight any Sangai from Kaibulamjao. However, sometimes the deer can be sighted clearly from Kangadong Watchtower at Khodak Awanglaikai, located to the east of Kaibulamjao National Park. Terming the issue over the setting up of Ethnic Heritage Park as unfortunate, he said the issue has shown as though only the people of Kaibul have been taking the responsibility of protecting Sangai. Stating that the people of the 17 villages have no restriction against construction of the park anywhere, be it at Kaibul or Morangkhunau, Ghanshyam said that they are against making an issue out of the park site which may affect Sangai festival.
Kaibulamjao da liriba sasing sing ngakpada forest department ngama na tiyo koina panjariba khunja trati ki music sina akoi sasing sing ngaktuna ngasi bok lai bani NSPC lak tringai da yumlak pulak ta bakta koi sasing ji marang kaina thogla amaga chalam bagi wari mayam ma ipai pusina tambirameba aduga haji haji issue ama oibiriba akoi gi ethnic heritage park sab gi matang je nabisidi akoi objection amta lejedi any jaga amada hagadoba government pamba prajajin du yanaba Aidi Kaibul ki yana bata Kaibul sagi gira Morangkhunau ki yana bata Morangkhunau sagi gira government sida pame government sagi bata jaga du da akoi objection leke tobiu tadi hairibu Sangai festival ki asigumba phajaba program se Sangai ki maming si malem da masak tak nanaba sinjariba program government ki kongkang sida di ayat padi pihan janinge.
One-day national seminar on the theme Impact of Science on Society was held at the multipurpose hall of Lilong Haurabi College today. The seminar was organized by Department of Physics, Lilong Haurabi College in collaboration with Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, Mumbai, Controller of Examination, DM University, Dr. A. Nabachandra, Head of Physics Department, Lilong Haurabi College, KAIMA, and Principal of the college, Dr. Mohammad Raziuddin Sheikh, attended the seminar as the Presidium members. Speakers at the seminar expressed the need for the teaching community to research on new methods of higher education, which is clearly mentioned in NEP 2020. Subject experts and resources persons presented slideshows and papers on different topics, and Dr. Mohammad Raziuddin Sheikh spoke on multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary research under NEP 2020. An abstract of 32 presenters of different colleges of the state was also released on the occasion. Saina Institute of Medical Sciences, SIMS, Imphal organized free medical camp at Kwatha and Kwatha Kuno villages in Tengnopal district. A medical team of the institute comprising 4 doctors, nurses and staff, including Managing Director cum Secretary of SIMS, Dr. S. Kumar, under the supervision of SIMS Chief Advisor Koiram Loyalakpa, provided free health checkup and medicines to the villagers. 20 Assam Rifles Kwatha Post also extended help to the institute in organizing the camp. Speaking on the occasion, Managing Director of SIMS, Dr. S. Kumar, said the camp was organized with an objective to provide medical facility to people of far-flung villages in the hills. SIMS has been providing door-to-door medical facilities to the people of the state since the beginning of COVID pandemic, he said. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome you all to UNACO Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Nirma Computer Academy and Ruman Technologies. Admission open for 1-year diploma in computer application, DCA, PGDCA and CCC. Certified by NILIT and NCPUL, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Free soft skills spoken English class and scholarship facilities are also available. Prospectus and registration forms are available at Nirma Computer Academy, All Lambuland near GP Women College, and Ruman Technologies, Kwakaithel Bazaar, Imphal near Traffic Point. For more details, please contact 878-758-3445.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the inaugural session of the 2-day national level meeting of all district legal services authorities in New Delhi to discuss the implementation of the unified business process for providing effective legal aid to marginalized and poor. Chief Justice of India CJI N.V. Ramana and Law Minister Kiren Rijiju were also in attendance. Prime Minister also released a commemorative postal stamp on the right to free legal aid. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister said this is a time of Azadi Ka Amrit Kal that will take the country to new heights in the next 25 years. Like ease of doing business and ease of living, ease of justice is equally important in this Amrit Yatra of the country, he said. Prime Minister highlighted the place of legal aid in the directive principles of the state policy. He said that its importance is reflected in the fate of the citizens in the judiciary of the country, adding that in the last 8 years, work has been done at a fast pace to strengthen the judicial infrastructure of the country. Underlining India's leadership in information technology and fintech, the Prime Minister stressed that there cannot be a better time to introduce more power of technology to judicial proceedings. He said, under the e-courts mission, virtual courts are being started in the country. Reiterating that Amrit Kal is a period of duty, the Prime Minister said people have to work on the areas that have remained neglected so far. Newly elected President Draupadi Murmu, while extending felicitations to Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe, said that India has been committed to assist the people of Sri Lanka in overcoming the challenges posed by the economic crisis. President Murmu, in a letter to Sri Lanka President Wickremesinghe, emphasized on India's neighborhood first policy. President Murmu in the letter hoped that a long-standing bilateral partnership between the two countries based on the shared heritage and deep people-to-people ties will further strengthen. She also wished the Sri Lankan president success on his assuming the responsibilities and challenges in office at a critical juncture for Sri Lanka. Earlier, Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe extended his greetings to Draupadi Murmu on her assumption of office as the 15th President of India and said that he is looking forward to working closely with her towards this end. A Kerala man who was India's first monkeypox patient was being treated at the Government Medical College in Thiruvananthapuram. He has recovered from the disease, State Health Minister Veena Gios said today. As it was the first case of monkeypox in the country, tests were conducted twice at an interval of 72 hours as per the instructions of the National Institute of Virology and NIV. She said, George added that all samples were negative twice and the patient is physically and mentally healthy along with the skin bumps are completely cured. The minister also said the test results of his family members who were in the primary contact list with him are also negative. At present, the health condition of the two other persons who had also tested positive for the infection remains satisfactory, the minister said, adding prevention and surveillance measures would be continued with the same vigor. According to WHO, monkeypox is a viral zoonosis with symptoms similar to those seen in the past in smallpox patients, although it is clinically less severe. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe has written to members of parliament inviting them to form an all-party national government to help the bankrupt country to recover from the worst economic crisis. The government is currently engaged in great efforts to gradually restore normalcy to the political and social unrest created by economic crisis that the country is facing today. Wickremesinghe said, accordingly, initial plans required to implement a systematic economic program are being formulated while preliminary measures are also being undertaken for the creation of economic stability, he added. He also proposed to start a dialogue with parties on the reintroduction of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. Now let's take a quick recap at the headlines once again. That brings us to the end of today's English News Bulletin. Thanks for joining in.